Welcome back to Guild Wars 2. Today we're going to be taking on the quests and points of interest in Wayfarer Foothills. Take the eastern exit out of Holbreck and you'll get there. Now, you will see a lot of map chatter on this map, and there are reasons for this map chatter. We have here in Wayfarer Foothills one of the fastest ways to grind for advanced items, but we'll talk about that when we get closer to it. For now, this is the starting area. Let's talk to the scout, as always.
This valley is a sacred but dangerous place. Visit the shrines to the spirits of the wild. You'll be tested by both our enemies and the spirits themselves. And look out for extraordinary chances to prove your courage. You honor us all by acting without being called. There's much ground for you to cover, but you can speed your travels by finding the Asuran Waypoints. You may have to pay a small fee to return to them faster than the Ravenflies. Still not impressed? Perhaps you're cunning enough to seek out the many hidden challenges of Tyria. They'll test your might and improve your skills.
Yes. Now, we're going to be taking a straight left curve. This is not how they're designed to be done. As you saw, they got mostly revealed in level order. So follow that if you're just beginning, if you're running the map, if you're over level 5, this is the fastest way to do them, as far as I can tell. You could probably take a different circle and be closer, but there's only so much you can do. Now, to do the Raven quest, there are Raven eggs just lying about, and occasionally workers that got killed by some Skelk. I was wrong to call them Shelk a few videos ago. Also, occasionally there'll be an event here with some fairly simple logic puzzles. If you're good with riddles, even if you're not good with riddles, it should not be too hard to think these through. And those actually give you quite a bit of progress towards completing your quest. Now we're picking up the Raven eggs so we can put them in the nest. Apparently the Ravens have gotten so used to the Norn doing this that they just literally lay the grounds wherever. Either that or it's the Skelk doing it. We're not sure, it's never explained. But up here is a shrine to the Raven. Raven Shrine. Hey, Raven. Now, there are other things you can do. For example, destroying Shelk housing and Skelk. Call them Shelk again. They're Skelk. Will net you progress. Also, this waypoint. Don't forget it. It's right next to the Raven, so why even ignore it? Why ignore it? It's there. That's Raven done. Easy, you could do it non-violently if you wanted to, or you could just kill all the Skelk. Now we're moving on to Bear. And Bear is one I've never... is an interesting one, because it has you catching fish for little bears, for little baby bears, because Mama won't fish for them, and you need to provide for the baby bears. Or that's what we would be doing if the dynamic event hadn't interrupted. Literally, we're not gonna see any of that. Just gonna be killing Sons of Svandir. Because they're evil, and for some reason want to bring down Mama Bear. It's sad.
Pass this along to the pale tree.
Easy event to do, don't get me wrong, but it's just one of those things. You don't really get to do things as the quest was intended. Bear Shrine. I think that might have been a ghost of bear.
Your valor honors Bear.
Not quite sure.
I thank you for keeping me safe.
Now we're going to be moving on to across this lovely little river. See bear cubs, fish traps. Yeah. Catch fish, feed them to bears. And they eat from the palm of your hand. Now, I think this is our first legitimate... It's not our first interaction with Grawl, but it's our first time we get to see what they do. Grawl are extremely... No real nice way to put it. They're worship prone. Anything will become their god, and they will worship it. Literally. By the end of this dynamic event, there's a harpy who's their god. But you smash things, wipe paintings off of walls, destroy their effigies, their idols. Easy enough. And hand in their food if this event comes up. And, of course, kill Grawl. Now, there's a point of interest we could miss very easily. It's back by this skill challenge, which we won't be getting to this video. Easy enough.
Maximum adrenaline.
But moving on from that, there are some points of interest we need to get to the south where there isn't a quest. And here we get to see interesting Grawl. Peaceful Grawl. Grawl that are not trying to murder you, which is actually a fairly big thing with Grawl. You'll see, some of these guys are just hunting grubs. They're peaceful Grawls. They're grub farmers. See? Peaceful Grawl. You don't get to see a lot of those. I like Peaceful Grawl. Peaceful Grawl are the best Grawl. We have to go, though, into this cave. With all these ice elementals. No real way to avoid them, either. There is an event I do know that goes on around here that involves ice shards and creating a new statue for the Grawl to worship. But we won't get to see that, unfortunately. And that's mainly due to, well, mostly my stupidity and how I accidentally attack ice elementals when I really don't want to. Silly ice elementals. They really think they have a chance. The point of interest, though, is up here to the north where the veteran elemental is. I believe there's a veteran up here. I believe there is, somewhere. Apparently, I might be wrong.
Not enough endurance.
But exiting from that cave is fun enough. And now we have to go around to the leftish, across the river, this river, again. And sometimes there's an event where you have to kill a scale broodmother, or drake broodmother, excuse me. But that event was not going on. Outcast Cleft, and another dynamic event. An annoying one at that, but Now, what can I say? Just had to kill a bunch of mentors that somehow got in here. I say that with a bit of apprehension because minotaurs are not native to the valley, as we will see later. They live more in the ice-covered mountains to the north. Wolf Shrine. And we get to go hunting. Now the question is, what are we hunting? Now, obviously Sons of Svandir, because they've got puppies trapped and... that's not very fun, or very nice. But just sticking in the circle nets you a little bit of progress every time. Now, you could just kill Sons of Svandir, and there's more than enough reason to, as we'll see later. And we'll see shortly, actually. It's because they're everywhere. I mean, just look at them. You can't miss them. You could do this quest completely without visiting the Wolf Shrine and getting that point of interest. It's kind of good, because off to the left here, where I will eventually be heading, is a chest which you can get some items in, which will greatly help your item progress and your item level by a significant margin. Now, as you can see, however, there just sometimes are just a lot of them. Fortunately, I am a warrior. They die fast. Also, set wolf pups free. There's no reason not to. That quest is done. Just like that. Still hunting with the pack, though. I'm like, there's a point of interest down here. And there is a point of interest down here. But most importantly is the chest if you're low level. And it is just a chest. It's not a splendid chest. It's not a grand chest. It's just a chest. Always useful to get, though. Easy enough. I mean, it really was that simple. It was not guarded by a veteran. It was just 3 guys. They're easy enough to kill. They really, really are. Now, I did miss this point of interest down here. That's because the wolves didn't want me to get it. Silly wolves. No, it's a massive inventory management. I mean, I just about ran out of space there. Because we have another quest, well, 2 more quests left in the valley. We've seen most of the known shrines that the Norn worship, but we have not seen Snow Leopard, or what this one's all about. We'll see what this one's all about after we talk to this scout.
The promise of adventure calls us north, but it takes a fierce and wild heart to survive outside of this sacred valley. When you're ready, test yourself against the untamed spirit of Hare. If you can outlast her mettle, you may have what it takes to weather the challenges of the frontier.
Yep, that's where we're going to be ending the video with shortly after that.
So close.
But first, we get to meet the other interesting little population that's somewhat exclusive to the Norn. Much like the script were for us, they have something called the Dredge. Dredge are mole people. Very, very mole people. Of course, we did see them in Diessa Plateau. But this is really, I think, where the interaction between species comes from more is the Norn. It's really more pronounced in Norn areas, the Dredge are. I mean, I don't doubt that they kind of share an origin with the Char, but it's really more of a Norn thing that, the Dredge. And it's just because they're mole people. Sometimes very, very aggressive mole people. And all they do is dig tunnels. It's great for miners, or would be, if the Dredge would actually, sell some ore. They really don't want to do that. But completing this quest, you destroy machines, kill the Dredge, occasionally pick up a defense plan. I don't know why it's just occasionally, but it's just occasionally. And you turn those into the quest giver, who we passed by a long time ago. Could also pick up rocks. Don't know why you would. That guy did not mean to hit me. But for his insolence, he did die. I had to. Now, this is a different exit than the one we came in. So, kind of makes sense that there's always multiple exits. These guys, though, aren't hard. They really, really aren't. And that's the last of the defense plans we need. We're going to hand them in, and this quest is going to be done. And then there's only Snow Leopard. And boy, is Snow Leopard awesome.
Up for a challenge?
Ah, Snow Leopard, why must you be so great and awesome? This is a quest of literally no real conflict to speak of. What do I mean by that? We get to go hunting. But not hunting as you think. Oh no. Oh no. There is magic involved. Grand magic. But first, this poor guy here, he got attacked by something. Probably a moa bird, if I'm honest. That poor Snow Leopard. But first, as expected, we have to talk to the quest giver. But first, cubs. Cubs are awesome.
Snow leopard stalks, but does not always pounce.
Bear gives me the strength to outfight my prey.
Don't know why there's a bear person there, but there is.
Honor Snow Leopard and be free.
Can play with the little cubs. Oh, that's just wonderful that they let you do that. Oh, just look at them.
Snow Leopard always
And?
acts swiftly and with purpose.
We get to hunt as a snow leopard. Yes, we get to be the leopard itself. Find the shaking bushes. Snarl. Something comes out, you kill it. That's all you have to do. Also, play with the cubs. It's the fastest way. You'll feel good about yourself. They're just big kitty cats. But that's the valley, all completed. Now, we do have to do hair yet. We get to test our mettle against hair, and my golly, by Jove, that's a complicated one. Now, there are actually 2 exits out of the valley. We'll be taking the one over here between Raven and Bear, by the Skelk. The one where there were those tracks I looked at ages ago, that's the exit we're taking, because that takes us straight to Hare. Which, if I'm honest, this apparently is the least common entrance. And I don't know why, but fewer people travel down this exit than than you would expect. And I don't know if it's because this is a Dalek trail. Yeah, they're Daleks. Those giant things, the pack animals. Or if it's because it's where the sheep are, because obviously there's longhorn sheep everywhere. Or if it's because... it's a spider-infested mess. Oh, but it gets better. Not only is it full of spiders, giant spiders that look like they want to eat you, there are worse things waiting. Outside the far end of the cave. And we're talking worse than these Sons of Svandir out the normal exit. Oh yes. Something much, much worse than the Sons of Svandir are spiders. And if you've guessed it, you know this map already, so why are you watching the video? It's Minotaurs. Alpine Minotaurs. Which means they literally run in through the spiders to attack that one town. That one spot. No, I don't know why. They're Minotaurs. They probably are fairly stupid, but that just seems a bit excessive to me? That could just be me. Now, I'm picking up patches of fur because that's the dynamic event going on. And it's always this is actually a fairly difficult one to do because the hair has a state of either it's the hair you're looking for or it's not. And you have to find every shred of hair. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to outsmart the hair. We pick up the food. I dodge out of the way of the rabbits. That normally works. Not always, though. I mean, more often than not, they will just do that, the stupid rabbits. And you literally have to take it to the quest giver without losing it because they immediately eat it. Fortunately, it gives you a decent chunk. Now, you could also scare the hares away from other people who are already carrying things, but what's the fun in that?
It's not just the wind and the snow that test you out here. If you're seeking a challenge, take the road north out of the valley. Beware the Sons of Svanir. Their dragon cult inhabits the northern area like a dark, violent shadow.
We'll see you guys next time. This is Stomping Llama, signing out, and don't forget this point of interest.